welcome back to another Wrestling Aroundup here with the Wrestling Around crew, minus Ross. He's still sunnying it up, I guess. Must be sunny wherever he is. Anyway, you're joined by me, Terry Peters, the world-class wrestling journalist, Aaron Franklin.
That's the one. Well done, Terry.
He's fucking nailed it. He's fucking nailed it, lads.
I'm here.
How you doing, Aaron?
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yes, I'm very good, thank you. Almost fucked it up, but I didn't. So we're good. We're good. And we're joined as well. I know you've got a bit, but I always call it just Scoop L. So Scoop, how we doing?
Scoop L.
Where's Bob? Where's Bob?
It's the news show. It's two banners to the news, isn't he?
Yeah, is he all right?
He's doing all right. He'll be here for the main show. Don't worry about it. He's presenting this week, but
oh, but yeah.
Yeah.
So he's presenting Lex Luger winning the WCW title on Nitro Watch Along on Wednesday. If that sounds presented by Bob Roode. So if that sounds like your sort of thing, tune in on Wednesday night. But before we get to advertising that even more, we have got some lovely, lovely grappling news. I'm going to start with Teddy Long hates everybody.
Yeah. Not me though.
Whoa! I've got a game to play. Have you been blocked by Teddy Long? Insert Teddy Long jingle. Holla, holla, play. I haven't been blocked. Lou? He's frantically checking if he's been blocked.
Let me double check. What's his name? Is it Teddy Long Player?
Yes, it is. I've now requested to follow him. I'm still waiting on that request to be accepted.
Well, I've got some breaking news. Scoop from Scoop L.
Go on then.
His account has been suspended.
What?
He has been hacked though, apparently.
No, he's still showing on mine as pending. Tweets protected. So he's obviously Lou needs to go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
He sent me a DM as well. Fuck you and your stupid podcast. Player. The hell?
Holla. Aaron, it sounds like you don't have to go one-on-one with The Undertaker like me.
No.
Excellent.
I'm just involved in tag team action. So.
Yeah, and I'm just there. I'm fitting his brilliant suits for him. So me and Lou are safe. You've got to go one-on-one with The Undertaker, Lou. So it's apparently he got hacked by somebody he blocked.
Yeah, apparently so. That's the rumor.
That's what he said in a video where he was in a gym somewhere.
You look really depressed in that video. Why did they put the video out on that? Because can't put on Twitter, can he?
Let's have a look. Too long.
Has he got on Instagram?
Oh, he's got a podcast. He announced it on his podcast.
So long's got a podcast. It's no wonder we can't cut the touch room anymore, isn't it?
Holla, play. But yeah, he looks well. He looked fairly well, didn't he?
Looks a bit upset, bless him.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be at you if you things being.
Yeah, it's happened before. I remember James Ellsworth
if your account's been blocked.
Same reason.
There's also a thing from one of the old SmackDown games where Teddy Long's been run over. So you never know. That could also be a person that he blocked as well, running him over from about 16 years ago in a video game. But it's good to see that Teddy Long doesn't hate me and Aaron and just hates Lou. And all the best to Teddy Long getting his account unblocked or unhacked and everyone being able to follow him again, because my word, his name trended this week. And every bit of news in wrestling is good news when your name trends. Staying with SmackDown, actually. Sami Zayn becomes an honorary Uso. So he's been sniffing around the bloodline now for what? A few months, is it, at this point?
Yeah.
3-4 months? It's been a while, hasn't it?
A long time, actually.
And I genuinely thought he'd have got beaten up by now. Either of you two say that thought, or did you think he'd be?
I think they're going to build to it.
Yes, yeah, I do now. I just thought it would have already happened, to be honest.
I think that they're going to put a title on him, and then Sikoa's going to feud with him. That is my thought.
What title for?
US, but I can't see him taking the Intercontinental off Gunther anytime soon.
It would have been perfect for them to keep the North American Championship on Solo.
I know that's not the main point of the
news story, but
that was the stupidest bit of booking in the Triple H era.
Yeah, it was. Really was.
Have you seen the promo? I don't even know if it's a promo with Shawn Michaels when he actually takes the title off him.
Yeah.
Awful acting by Sean.
Doesn't make any
Awful.
sense.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So it just goes, yeah, you weren't meant to be in the match. So we're taking the title off you, but we've only just figured that out now. Even though we let you defend it on SmackDown on Friday.
Mm.
And that was a taped episode as well. I think it doesn't make any sense.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But Sami Zayn is an honorary Uso, so good for Sami Zayn.
That
But
promo was fantastic, though.
I
I
agree-
must
I
want to add that.
I agree with you, Aaron. I think they're very much building up to Sami Zayn being turned on. I don't know when, but he's coming. Royal Rumble, eliminating from the Royal.
Wow, you got to be careful here because are we accidentally building Sami Zayn up to be the guy to dethrone Roman?
He could eliminate one of the Usos from the Rumble
By accident.
and build by accident and build from there.
Mm.
Well, it could just be Jey Uso because he's feuding with him already, isn't he? Sort of.
Yeah, there you go. Then.
That promo was fantastic where everyone was like, before he was going to get kicked out, Jey Uso's just like, yeah, fucking get him. Rips the shirt off. And then Roman's like, I got you a new shirt. Sami Zayn's loving it. His acting was fantastic in it.
Sami Zayn's brilliant.
They do the whole secret handshake with Jimmy. Then he hugs Solo and then he goes into Jey. The camera work was fucking appalling because he just zoomed in too much on Jey's face. But Jey was like, no, man. And he went to hug Roman. Fantastic stuff. Loved it.
I think Sami's criminally underrated sometimes by WWE. How he's not being given better runs with the titles, I don't know.
Well, the way they're building it up,
how good he is.
He's got to at least have a match with Roman, right? That's how it works.
You would hope so, wouldn't you?
I remember Kevin Owens going to take the tag titles. I think that feels most likely.
That'd be cool. I'd be well up for that.
Because Kevin Owens has also been like, "What are you doing?" And like, "What are you doing with those guys?" Like,
and then it turns out he was like an insider into the Usos, and they win the tag titles. Yeah, I'd be up for that. I'd be well up for that. But yeah, big up WWE for what they're doing with Sami Zayn at the moment. Again, staying with SmackDown, we saw a 5-star classic at Clash of the Castle. We saw a 5-star classic at Clash of the Castle. Ooh, that is a tongue twister and a half, isn't it? Thinking about it. Between Gunther and Sheamus. Scheduled for SmackDown, the season premiere. Why is it the season premiere? Does anybody know?
It's because in America, that's when the seasons start. But for some reason, even though wrestling's like 52 weeks a year, they all just...
Well, that's what I meant. I didn't know if it had maybe like changed time slots or something, or
no, it's just because it's
channel.
Just because it's the first one in October, basically.
Right. Makes absolutely no sense, but classic America.
Yeah.
So we are going to see Gunther versus Sheamus 2 on this Friday, next Friday, 10th, 7th to the 10th. That's next week, isn't it? Do we think it'll be as good as the first one?
No. I don't think it needs to be. It's on a weekly show, innit? Not a pay-per-view.
I mean, I hope it's brilliant.
Yeah, it'll be broken by adverts and that, so I just don't think you can get it as good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you say, it's when it's.
I've got a feeling.
Give him 20 minutes.
Sheamus might win a title.
Is it for the title?
I hope so. That's what we're doing here. Come on, Triple H. Can't have any non-title matches. Is it non-title?
I don't know.
No idea.
I would hope not, but I wouldn't be best seeing Sheamus win it, to be fair. But
then he's won everything, hasn't he? He's Triple H's mate from back in the day. He was his little protege.
But then
where does he be on the road with him?
Where does that then leave Gunther without title?
He'll just win it back at Crown Jewel. Gonna pop the boys.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, I like that. When is Crown Jewel? Is it the 8th of November? It's about a month.
It's the 5th of November, remember?
The 5th?
5th of November,
Saturday.
Saturday night.
Great. Don't think I'll be watching that live because I'm at an engagement party, so I shall watch that on the Sunday, very hungover.
Oh, is it your own? Have we not been invited?
No, it's in Leeds. It's somebody else's.
Oh, I ain't been invited. I'm in Leeds.
Go if you want.
Yeah, I'll come. Where are we going?
Prism?
I'm out. Enjoy, but I'm out.
So I shall watch that on the Sunday, very hungover. I'm looking forward to Crown Jewel though, because I know they get a lot of stick, but those shows are usually a bit of fun, aren't they? A bit of hoot.
And it's the first Triple H one. What's he going to do?
Has there been anything else other than Roman and Logan?
No, because we've got another pay-per-view before then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't. We've got
Extreme Rules next week.
next week. Yeah, has anything been announced for that?
Oh, there's tons.
Is
There's a
there?
fight pit. There's a strap match.
Oh, we'll get onto that next
There's
week.
something
Anyway,
else. Yeah.
oh yeah, 7 match. Well,
But I feel like they're going back to the every match has got a gimmick again.
hang on,
Is how Extreme Rules used to be.
I've gone on to bloody last year's Extreme Rules, so that's always a good start. There's 3 matches announced so far. We'll get onto that next week.
Just call it uncensored already. All right. Triple H next year.
Yeah.
Uncensored.
Just change it. It's not
Tower of Doom.
It's not Extreme Rules anymore. Right, moving away from WWE, we'll move over to the black and gold and white on Wednesday nights. Don't know. Dynamite. Light the fuse, Dynamite.
Oh, I thought this is an NXT segment. Right, okay, yeah, go on.
I don't know. What colours are they?
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but NXT's got the same colour scheme now.
Yeah, we ain't got any NXT news, have we? That's just.
I didn't read the write-up. I do.
Let's light the fuse anyway. Dynamite. Yeah. We'll start with Buddy Murphy. Gone from AEW for a while, so this would be the second member of the House of Black gone.
Yeah, not happy with his booking. He's asked for time away.
Well, he came out, I don't know, he was at a show and said, basically it's true that he's asked for time off, hasn't he, or time away. And there's been 2 reports, I think, but then he put a no context tweet last night of a gift just saying fake, but which I believe is at the one, I don't know, I think it's more at the second source that's come out. I can't think of it is off the top of my head, unfortunately. Josh somebody?
Oh, from the Wrestling Observer.
That's the one. Yeah, possibly. And then there's another one, which maybe Sean Ross Sapp, I think makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
Considering it's what he's come out and said. But yeah, the second one apparently doesn't make it's maybe looking as though that's the one he's saying fake too.
Yeah. I've got a big question on this whole Buddy Murphy situation there.
Go on then.
Who the fuck cares? Like, what's he done?
Well, I think that's half the problem. I think they've massively fucked up with House of Black, haven't they?
Yeah, but he hadn't done it. He didn't do it in WWE.
No,
maybe it's just not for him. Wrestling.
Well,
maybe he needs to retire.
No. I'm not saying it's entirely his AEW's fault, but I don't think he was somebody that was brought in, wasn't he? That quite made a big hoo-ha and song about, and they've not again done anything with him. So they've now got, is it just Brody King left and Julia Hart?
Yeah, it just makes it more weird though, because they don't explain it on AEW, do they? Why people have gone? They just go.
So I don't know where that leaves them to.
Just Brody King can do his own thing in the mid card, but that's all he needs to do.
But then
this is not a main event yet. No, I won't be a main event. Buddy Matthews ain't going to be a main event.
In the nicest way, is Brody King actually going to be on TV now? Or is he just going to be another one that falls by the wayside?
He's got a unique look. You could push him as a single star.
No, I agree. Like a heavily tattooed, well-built human being is a unique look, but he's got a lady with him, and we know that AEW doesn't like ladies.
I'll be fair as a manager. And also, like, AEW loves rappers at the moment. There's like 8 rappers on Grand Slam.
So you're suggesting turning into a rapper?
Yeah, it looks a bit like one of them. Which one? Action Point, one of them. Rag and Bone Man.
Rag and Bone Man.
One of the white rappers covered in tats.
Rag and Bone Man is fantastic. Don't think he's white. Don't think he's a rapper though.
He's close enough. Sounds like one.
But yeah, happy birthday to Buddy Murphy as well, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry about what I said earlier, mate, but I literally just can't get excited about Buddy Murphy match.
But there's been rumours, isn't there? There's 3 people that aren't happy in AEW, and they've all got partners in WWE. Aleister Black, or Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Andrade.
No one cares about any of them. They're all shit. None of them have done anything in their career.
No. And Aleister Black's brilliant. I think he's great.
I called Andrade being great before his 5-star matches.
Yeah, I think I like Andrade. He tweeted. I tweeted earlier as well. A Sands of Time.
Yeah. So he's the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, I think the problem was, again, they got Vince, didn't they? They were brilliant in NXT, those 2. Aleister Black especially, I really liked his stuff. Then he came out quite hot, didn't he, on the main roster, and then just got shit on completely for some reason because Vince.
Well, they built him up and then just released him the week after he came back.
Yeah, it was stupid. And Andrade, I think, is very good in the ring. I think he maybe needs a mouthpiece with him personally. But I
Yeah,
do
it's
think
terrible on the mic.
but I do think he'd be a good mid-card champion.
Yeah, he was. Well, Zelina Vega's still in the company. She's doing nothing. So
Yeah.
just put them back together again. Like
Exactly.
that was
Because
perfect.
in NXT they were fantastic together.
Yeah.
So, and he was a really good NXT champion, I think, because he was a heel.
I think
And
I think where
I
you're going to
genuinely
see.
disliked him.
I think where you're going to see a difference with WWE though is that getting rid of people with shit on the mic. I think
But
it's going to happen.
but
The
if you-
one all rounders.
but if
Triple
you-
H will want all rounders.
But he's worked with them both before. He's put Zelina. He knows their flaws. So I think if he knows their flaws already, he could easily put Zelina and Andrade back together.
He's bolstering the roster. The roster's going to get to a point where, it's bulging. Is he going to want people that good all round? Unless they can draw money like Ronda Rousey. I just don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose the problem is he's got the NXT past, hasn't he? And I think that's already shown with Karrion Kross.
Well, yeah, maybe put him back into NXT. But I don't think he's main roster for me. Andrade is not main roster for me.
Oh, I could see
He is
Andrade
for
be
me.
on the main roster.
Yeah.
And Aleister Black. Buddy Matthews, I'm less convinced about.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about
Buddy Matthews just needs to go to Impact.
Yeah. Didn't he not nearly go there once? I seem to remember him being linked with him. Did he just pop up every now and again?
Possibly.
Yeah. I'm more intrigued by the fact that the AEW being kind of like, an AEW fans been like holier than thou the entire time. You know, when people like Ali are trying to get released, let him go. You can't just let them ride out the contracts and waste them. And then all of a sudden, they've got people wanting to get out of the contracts. What do they do here?
Yeah.
You know, I already heard like Alvarez really trying to worm his way out of basically not having to go to AEW for keeping him under contract, even though he was the first to talk about WWE doing the same. But I think that's intriguing. Like Tony Khan's good guy image is kind of gone the window now. It's his own fault because he hired too many people from WWE.
Yeah,
they're used to the bullshit political system, and now it's happened in AEW.
I think the problem is as well that they'll now see WWE as a lot more competition. Now Triple H is in charge.
Mm-hmm. There's no competition there.
No, I'm not suggesting there is, but I think obviously Tony thinks that they are neck and neck, which they're not.
He's deluded.
But I think that's why he's refusing or put in big. What was this, the word he used in Malachi Black's contract?
You just don't want to go the other way.
That's it. It was but they didn't necessarily do it as no compete, did they? I can't think what the word they used was, but it had
conditional. Is it conditional release? Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
The condition being don't go to WWE.
Yeah, and I think they'll carry on doing that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you could argue it's anti-worker if you're saying, which is, but yeah.
Let's be honest, American working rights aren't the best anyway.
It's for more, if you're Tony Khan, you don't really want to set a precedent, do you?
No.
Just then the second someone's unhappy, it's like, oh, I'm going to just, all right, I'll go to WWE then.
And I think it's a very fine tightrope that he's walking.
Yeah.
And
or else, well, like I imagine if someone in Impact wanted to go to WWE, midway for the contracts, they'd have no choice but to let him go.
To be fair to Impact, they always seem pretty good with talent. Like if they want to go, they just sort of go. Yeah,
that's because they're not big enough to compete. But AEW is a weird grey area where they could be, but they're not.
Where they've got enough money to do it, but at the moment they're not able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. But speaking of making, well, they look like they want to make the jump. Speaking of making the jump the other way, Saraya debuts in AEW. Big old pop.
Huge pop.
Huge pop.
Not being cleared to wrestle.
Just about to say that. But then she's tweeted stuff, but she's just saying that. I don't know. I think she's someone that people genuinely get behind. She's got a really big following, hasn't she? She always has done for the last, how many years she's been in WWE? 8 years, something like that, is it?
She was the 10 years. She was the start, really, of the women's revolution, of women's wrestling, in the capacity we know it today. Do you know what I mean?
Personally, I think she's brilliant in the ring. I've always liked Paige. I think she's great. She offers just something a little bit different, looks wise and personality wise to what most others do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say what I said a couple of months ago when she got released from WWE. There'll be a doctor out there who will clear her. Look at Bryan Danielson.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's an expensive signing if you can't wrestle.
Yes.
Agreed. So I don't think what else to do with her.
I think. See again. I think.
But not even the way she debuted, like it looked like she was challenging Britt Baker.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's something there where she's not going to be far away from a ring. And I would like to see her back in the ring personally. If it's safe for her to do so, I would like to see her back in a ring.
Oh, she can do it.
I think she's great. I think she's really good. I think she's strong on the mic. I think she's got a strong personality, a strong look. And the ring and the move, well, the work rate to go with it as well. So I'm all for it, to be fair. But again, to be fair, I quite like this debut in AEW. I know they're like the unexpected ones, but I quite liked it, and it felt like the fans really cared about it. And
well, it's good to have a top women's wrestler in there.
and
really,
That's
we'll
what they
continue
need.
to care about it. Yeah,
yeah,
agreed.
It's where AEW's weak is the women's division.
Yeah, because who have they got there now? Really, that stand out in that women's division?
Tony Storm,
Tony
Britt
Storm,
Baker.
Britt Baker, Soraya,
obviously Jade Cargill,
and Jade Cargill.
CBS champion.
Yeah,
So you've got
Chris Statlander.
Is she currently injured though? Or
Uh,
it's thought she'd done a knee in.
I feel like she got injured, but I can't remember
Yes.
now. She's come back.
yeah,
Oh, there's Athena in the end. A few of us.
Yeah,
Ruby,
there's a couple
Ruby
of
saw
them.
that, but
Yeah.
Athena.
The thing is, with Ruby Soho, they've not done a great, which we've covered before. They've not done anything with her, have they?
no.
And I'm just hoping that do you know what? Generally, because the very sort of opposite to your normal women's wrestlers, a trios tag team: Tony Storm, Paige, Soraya, Ruby Soho. Just because of the looks, because they've got a very similar sort of look and personality, I think would be quite good if it can work together.
Going up against Jade Cargill and her lot, what they call the baddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you've got Britt Baker in there, little faction as well.
Yeah, so there's a potential.
You don't want to put too many factions in there.
Yeah, but that's all AEW is anyway. So what's the point? Nobody rosters of factions, so they may as well add another 3 in there.
Yeah, it's WCW, isn't it? WCW 2022.
Yeah, if I was AEW though, I'd just focus on getting a good women's division before I started adding like tags and trios.
No, agreed. I was more speaking hypothetically. That's something that you could do down the line, but I think it's something that needs strength, and I think the debut of Soraya will do that. It'd be interesting to see what she does on this week.
Well, she's going to wrestle, so I took that. So I took that tweet.
Which tweet was that? I must have missed that one. Let's have a look.
It said, "Fuck you, Dave Meltzer. I'm going to wrestle." No, it didn't say that, but it was very close to saying that.
I was spelling it wrong. So
he said something like, "See you. Don't believe so Wednesday."
There she is. When you talk shit, don't hide behind your Stan account, cowards.
Oh, no, that's not the one. That's just everybody got Sidgwick. No.
And
ignore the date sheet click there. See you Wednesday. Hashtag AW Dynamite.
She could just be making an appearance though. I don't think she'll have a first match until the next pay-per-view. I think they'll build to it.
Yeah, she's got a challenge for it. She's got a challenge someone, won't she? Oh, the next Dynamite special, which is probably like next Wednesday.
Yeah, they do seem to come around quite a lot, though, at least to be fair. Sticking with Wednesday nights, the Great Muta came back, which kind of links with the Buddy Murphy thing, because he sort of came back and injured Buddy Murphy, I think.
Yeah. Brought him out, didn't he?
Yeah, so that sort of gets how Buddy Murphy's now off TV. Interesting to see the Great Muta. I don't think anyone was expecting that, were they?
No, except I listened to someone who said it was obvious he was going to turn up. I can't remember who it was now. Someone I don't believe. But yeah.
But he's going to team up with AEW's Sting for Muta's final ever match in Noah. So that's Sting wrestling in Japan for the first time, I think it's about 25 years.
Yeah.
Thoughts, opinions?
Yeah, he's got his little retirement tour, and he's having his last US match, I think. I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of trios match.
I think they'll both draw big crowds, won't they? I can understand why they've done it. I can understand it.
So I think it's a lot of Ross would be going sick, wouldn't it? Because it's Tony marking out, but I guess you would do.
Yeah,
if you're not building a pay-per-view around it, I think it's fine. End of the Rampage. No one watches Rampage anyway. I don't mean that disparagingly. But I think take a few risks on that show. That's kind of what it needs.
I think the thing is, for someone so legendary to turn up as well, it's quite the, I wouldn't say statement, but it's quite the, I don't know, how do I say it? It's quite the, not impact, but spectacle is the word I'm looking for. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, they've got great moves there.
Yeah, well,
what's
it's just
that
like
about?
when Jushin Liger turned up in NXT. Like, it wasn't gonna.
Of course,
No
of
one
course.
else was gonna watch it, but it was still like a cool thing
Yeah,
to have happen.
of course it was. And for all the flaws that we talk about, I think what they've done this week with those two in particular has been quite cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've quite liked both, and I've got no problem with both. And Muta's 59, legend of the wrestling business. No problem with him having a final retirement match. One of them people that probably does actually deserve it.
Yeah, cool to see him again. When's the last time? I suppose the last time he was on US it was WCW. So
yeah, and with a legend like Sting as well.
yeah.
No problem with that. No problem with that.
Should follow tag team with Teddy Long there, actually.
Did quite like his entrance as well. Thought his
Okay, I
entrance
didn't
was
see
quite
it.
cool. I saw one this week though, where he basically appeared from like there was like a guy and he chucked like a lamp on the floor. And then that was
that is
You
sorry.
you can unlock that entrance on. Well, you can unlock it. Just it's just there on 2K22, isn't it?
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really
that was
cool.
an awesome entrance.
Yeah, I saw that this week. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. To be fair, like again, imagine if you were in that crowd and that happened.
Yeah,
that's cool. Again, no problem with that. But yeah, he's going back to Noah. So he announced his intentions to retire from professional wrestling in June this year. So it looks like obviously that tour will be starting. Do we think he'll go? Where else do we think he'll go? New Japan? There must be something in New Japan for him.
I think where's he having his last match? It's at the Tokyo Dome, isn't it? But it's not the 4th of July show. But I can't remember which promotion it's with.
I'm not sure that this one.
Is it Noah? But in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. Noah will be his last ever match at Noah.
Yeah, that is that's pretty big.
Speaking of people retirees, Ric Flair is teased yet again that he's coming out of retirement.
Ric Flair just needs to stop.
No, I think you should get him in this match. Triple threat. Sting, Ruta, Ric Flair. Fucking Steamboat. Put Steamboat back in there as well. He's coming back.
You know, Ric Flair's teased that he's started training again.
Yeah. You've got to be fuming if you're Ric Flair, though. Because you're like, Steamboat, come back for my final match. And he's like, no, you can have that with Jeff Jarrett, you prick. Then he comes back for a match like 2 months later. What? If I was Ric Flair, I'm like, what the fuck?
This stuff for me just needs to stop.
No, I think they need to carry on, right? Because obviously, like Jeff Jarrett and Conrad creating their own promotion. The promotion should be called Ric Flair's last match, and that's a running joke. There's one every month. Ric Flair just he bleeds for like half an hour straight, and then they've got like a month to like fill him back up.
Wasn't that?
And then he goes again. Yeah,
he
could do it again. Bring back the Hulkamania tour in Australia as well. So whole thing.
Christ.
If Flair and Hogan one more time, so you won't watch that. Bash at the Beach.
No.
The Bash at the Beach trademarks, like, Conrad could get that, I reckon.
And WWE got that for NXT.
No, because Cody had it himself, didn't he? Because he had used it for AEW.
Is that what it was?
When they were on the boat, yeah.
Halloween Havoc, isn't it?
Halloween Havoc, yeah. Great American Bash. Yeah.
That's it. Sticking with AEW, CM Punk rumours. So the rumour is he could potentially be brought out of his contract. Aaron, this is something that you said a couple of weeks ago. Me and Lou disagreed.
Everyone's obviously been listening to the Rest Around podcast.
This is why you are the world famous,
world
class wrestling journalist.
Yeah, so obviously I called it saying that we'll get a contract buyout, and then suddenly everyone's jumping on the bandwagon.
I still don't see it personally because I think there'll be a long legal road to go down. But when's his contract actually expire?
It's got like another 4 or 5 years.
A few years on it, yeah.
Oh Christ, I didn't realize it was long as that. Yeah, that probably could happen. Then I thought it was like 2 years time.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if it's like 2 years, the legal thing could go on for quite a while, and then by the time his injury's done, and then they have him back if it was the year after, probably not. So just let him sit home. But yeah,
I thought it's going to be interesting to see what they actually do there because considering they had to suspend 4 of the top stars and their steel, the ratings have just gone up on it. Well, they did a little bit this week with Grand Slam, didn't they? But
yes,
they're consistently better. Fan reaction seems to be better to it. If I was a mega in the books, I'd be quaking my boots a little bit,
Well, so Booker T this week, the Bookman, has been on his podcast and said, has anyone actually missed anyone that's been suspended?
Yeah.
It's a good point to make because I don't think they have been missed.
No, agreed. The only person that's missing is Dave Meltzer because he can't give out a 5-star rating.
Yeah. And probably John Moxley because he wants to go on holiday. But champ again now.
God knows why they didn't put that title on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't agree with putting it on Moxley because it's just like, what?
I feel like it literally is just a thank you for saying, like, he's coming back and
I'll let him have 8 weeks off instead of 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Just
got how many weeks off now, has he?
Surely he's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a long title reign. I really don't.
Well, he'll probably lose it to MJF, because they're treating the poker chip as money in the bank out of this shit.
Yeah. But I don't think that'll be very long, personally.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be more as a heel. It'll be more effective taking it off taking it off Moxley again.
Yes.
Because it's like he deserves a long title run or everything he's done for the company, and boom, MJF turns up.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So thank you, CM Punk, for letting this happen.
Yeah. Intriguing though. I still think he'll end up back with the company.
I don't think you'll see him in the ring again.
But it depends where AEW is in 8 months' time, whenever he comes back.
I'm calling it. I think we could see him back in WWE at some point.
Nah. Yeah, it's Triple H.
Triple H hated him more than Vince hated him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. But then again,
Triple H has been on an interview though, saying that he could let bygones be bygones, and obviously he has been in WWE since
I think
everything went on.
I don't think Punk will bother. I really do. I think he's had a big payout. Well, big payday at AEW. He's what, 44? Is it something like that?
Yeah, he even said Bobby Lashley.
He even said he's all tired and hurt.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. I think he's done with wrestling. I think wrestling's done with him. Personally, I wouldn't want to see him back in a WWE ring.
Does he need to wrestle though?
But then what does he do?
He's a UFC commentator.
Bring back the brawl for all. Is that what you're saying? Right, book it.
How old is he? 43. 43. You got to think he's got at least 3 years on him. Do you know that? Because Bobby Lashley is 46.
So when's his birthday?
When he's born. Old school reference.
Old school.
It's October 26th. It's a month today.
So he's 45, 44 then, isn't he, in a month's time? So he'll be 44 when he's back from injury. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to watch over the next few months.
I think his stock has dropped now. Return to WWE wouldn't be as big a deal as it was beforehand.
I think it'll go. I think it'll go very quiet over the next couple of months anyway with him now, until the legal parts are done with this.
He wasn't acting. I don't think he needs wrestling.
I don't think wrestling needs him anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we've had his big pop now. They got that big Rampage rating.
Yeah, I mean
that was it now,
and it was a cool return. It was a really cool return.
But I mean, like if you look at AEW, right, the amount of times they ran Chicago and they stopped selling out. I don't think anyone cared anything. I think they melted dry.
I think they're a better company without him.
Yeah.
I think there's younger, better people that can easily take his spot now. I really do.
Really, or older people like Chris Jericho.
Well, but that's it. Who is obviously the best man backstage, as we all know.
And he's the Ring of Honor champion now. Forgot to write that down.
Yes, he is.
We called that, didn't we?
We did actually, yeah.
I was surprised at that, to be fair, but not.
Well, they're trying to get Ring of Honor a TV deal, aren't they? So I think it's just Chris Jericho as our champion.
Him heads it, yeah.
It's the same way AEW got his TV deal.
Yeah, but
so Claudio as a champion, who? Like, that'd be why it is.
It'll be interesting if they do get a TV deal for it.
I think they might do Jericho Danielson next Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
That'd be good.
Danielson's Ring of Honor homecoming. ECW one night stand it.
Yeah. That'd sell tickets. That would sell a lot.
In fact, I'd do it at the same arena actually, because Hammerstein Ball was great. Do everything the same, including Paul. No, well, not Paul Heyman. He's the Ring of Honor guy. Gabe Sapolsky, but he's back in WWE now. But anyway, Tony Khan himself comes out and makes the count.
Christ, can you imagine?
Yeah.
He's spunking his pants on the way down to the ring. Hey, look, guys, I'm on TV.
Great stuff.
So, yeah, I think AEW is going to be very interesting over the next few months. But a man that's not going to be there is Bobby Fish, who is just on a weird path at the moment. He tried to go back to WWE, tried to get Cole and O'Reilly to go with him, I believe. And they've both gone, no. And he's turned up in front of about 10 people at Victory Road who looked not arsed that he was there.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's not on the contracts, though. I'm guessing he's just going to be doing appearances on indie shows and stuff.
I mean, if he came like I don't know to NGW and he'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing, but I just don't understand where he goes. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's not a ratings drawer for me.
No, I am.
I
If he
don't
does
know.
end up back in WWE, I think it'll be like as a coach or something.
Yeah, or a
He
producer.
is getting on a bit now, isn't he?
He's 45.
Yeah, he's lost the plot completely on social media.
Yes, he has. He shares a birthday with me, by the way.
Oh.
Is
that where you get the nickname Fish?
Yep, yes, it is.
Sorry, Fish. Yeah,
Sorry, Fish. So he's 46 in 1 month, 1 day. He was called Bobby the Fish, so his nick's he's definitely one of my name. I just don't see to me, WWE won't have any stock in him as a on-screen talent anymore. With the injury record that he's had as well over the last few years.
No, because even when he was in the Undisputed Era, you kind of forgot he was there, didn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Don't have many classic Bobby Fish moments. In fact, they were without him for a long time.
He was injured, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the only way we would go back to WWE would be for a producer
Do you
or
have a
coaching
feeling?
role.
This is me just kind of making like completely unfounded speculation now. But Tony Khan has still been saying he could still do the Undisputed Elite versus the Undisputed. Or someone said it. Undisputed Era, whatever it is. Undisputed Elite, whatever they call it, the other guys. Kenny Omega in the Bucks. Do you have a feeling that Roderick Strong is on his way into AEW at some point?
Roderick Strong's always been a weird one for me because he's always been on NXT. Like, I just don't understand why he always got looked over for the main roster. I've just never. Do you know when all the others went up? I've just never got it. Just never.
He probably would have gone up with Diamond Man at Bivens instead.
Yeah. I mean, I like Strong, to be fair. I think he's very, very dependable, very solid. But it surprises me that he's still in WWE. I thought he would have jumped a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know when his contract's at, but I just feel like they're all planning for it. The way they're still talking this match could happen, and yet they've let Bobby Fish go. We know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No real obstacles.
And I think now as well, to be fair, Kyle O'Reilly's probably better on his own than with Bobby Fish now, without Red Dragon.
He needs a tag team partner, Kyle O'Reilly.
But would you rather it be Bobby Fish or Roderick Strong?
It's much of a muchness for me. Don't really mind.
Okay. For me, Kyle O'Reilly's always been the best one of the three.
Oh, he's entertaining for sure, but I don't think he's the.
He's not. He's not as good as Cole.
When he quit NXT at the top of NXT just to go and be Adam Cole's lackey in AEW, I just thought you yourself, mate, do not believe that you could be a main eventer. So I just don't.
He's not a main eventer.
I think he'll be a tag team wrestler.
He's not a main eventer. He's not. Yeah. But again, I think he's a solid mid card guy.
He could have been a main eventer if he was booked right. But Brian Danielson-esque.
I mean, he's out anyway with a long injury now, isn't he? Undisclosed out for his neck fusion surgery, which we wish him all the best in getting. We just drop water then. Your water
put my glass down. It was just made a weird sound. Yeah.
Made like the classic water cartoon sound.
Yeah, no, there was no spillage involved. Don't worry. All right.
And speaking of NXT, Veer Mahan, he was practicing to come for a long time. He came, spunked his load too early, and he's fucked off back to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Are we surprised? I'm not.
I'm surprised he's actually back on NAW TV, if I'm honest.
Well, is he on TV?
It
was just a house show.
So just,
it was like a Coconut Loop house show.
But WWE have brought in a rule, haven't they, this week, where they're sort of doing is every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be sort of assessing people, and then if you're up to that 6 months, you stay. If not, you get cut, and then after 2 years, if you're not ready for TV, you go. Mm-hmm. I think he'll just go in that shuffle personally.
Yeah, it's like it's just like any probation period at work, really, isn't it? It's kind of, we've all probably signed contracts where we've got 6 months to.
Of course, it's to me again. It's like a footballer. If you trained at youth team, if you're good enough, you get called up to the under-23s. If you're good enough from that, you go to the first team squad 9 times out of 10. If you don't, you just get released and go somewhere else. Yeah. And I think, but just because you get released doesn't mean you're the worst talent in the world. You have to go somewhere else and become better.
Veer Mahan, I feel like the worst thing completely, and I'll tell you why.
Go on then.
Because there is a film about his life story. It's out, starring John Hamm off of Mad Men. called $1 Million Am, where he won a competition in India to get an MLB contract as a pitcher, and he won it. And he played for who did he play for? He didn't actually get all the way to the MLB, but he got signed by some MLB team for a bit. Pittsburgh Pirates. So yeah, that is Via Mahan.
So you're saying that he needs to be on TV to
He should be as a baseball guy. He should be like, I'm the fucking $1 million arm, and here I am wasting my time. And he comes out with his arm spray painted gold and just slaps people about. He don't any moves with that. Great Khali's finisher move was just a chop. Even like the great Dusty Rose just did the bionic elbow.
Speaking of Greg Khali, I was watching some clips of him in New Japan this week. He looks unbelievable there. Like, it's ridiculous how good he actually is. He looks like an absolute monster.
Oh, yeah, did you say Great Khali in New Japan? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Everyone looks better in Japan. Look at Hulk Hogan.
Have you not seen it, though?
He can actually
I've not
wrestle.
seen it now.
Oh, my God, watch it. It's incredible.
It does.
Mind. It blew my mind this week.
Maybe Omos just needs to piss off across the end.
I don't think it will. I think, again, like Veer Mahan, I think he could well be seen in those 6 months.
Veer Mahan played in the Dominican Summer League and the Gulf Coast League and the New York Penn League, so you know.
But you do,
I also played in the Australian Baseball League, so.
One of my issues with Veer Mahan is his voice doesn't match his body.
I've not heard his voice. Is it like, yeehaw, I'm playing baseball?
It's not like that, but you know how you expect it to be sort of real deep, grufty, and quite scary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, I think it should make him like a dual sport star, like a modern day Aldo Montoya. Or Sparky Plug. Serious about this. In fact, if you go on his Wikipedia page, the title is Rinku Singh brackets baseball, because that's what he's more famous for. So make him a baseball fella.
Yeah, but yeah. So let's do it then. That's
next week, we're doing a watch along of $1 Million Arm, starring John Hamm.
Oh, it's on Disney.
Is that Disney Plus?
But it's on. I don't know. It's a Disney film.
Get the fuck out! We're actually doing this now. We're at one point.
It's a 12. I'm well up for this.
I do love a good sports film, you know.
So do I.
Oh yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Bloody hell!
Right.
What
so, do we all have Disney Plus?
Aaron has ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, but I have ways.
That's all right. We'll give Ross can have a free trial, and we'll do a watch along $1 Million Arm.
Yeah, there we go.
John Hamm.
Come back with nuts.
What a film, John! What an actor John Hamm is.
Exactly.
What an actor.
You see him in Kevin Enthusiasm, was great. Plays John Hamm.
He's in the new Top Gun as well, which is
Get the fuck out of here, John Hamm. It's great film. He plays John Hamm playing Larry David. It's unbelievable.
He's in the new Top Gun film, which is absolutely fantastic.
Is it?
Give it all the Oscars.
Yeah.
No, it's got Tom Cruise in.
Oh, it's made $1.4 billion. It's ridiculous. Such a good film. But yeah, that's the news this week.
Is it the news this week, though?
Well, that's the rest of the news this week. What about the streaming news? The Twitch news?
I think you'll find
twitch.tv/Around.
that the streaming, the rest of the news is the streaming news. Like now, obviously I can't remember the results, so I'm just getting this, getting it up now. But a new promotion debuted this week. Minor Celebrity Wrestling. It's been threatening to come for a long time. Its championships have been active on the Wrestling Federation TV. It's a bit like Ring of Honor, really, if you think about it, except we were doing it first. We had a promotion with no home. But yeah, we started off. We went to start off with the Tag Team Championship, but who came out first? Didn't wait his place. Phil Schofield came out. Didn't want to wait for anyone else to wrestle. So he came out first to booze. But luckily for us, David Beckham arrived. To put a beating on him, made him tap out with a cripple crossface, which was a choice.
Is David Beckham a minor celebrity?
No, but he was just doing us a favour.
Right.
You know, it's just think of it like, you know, when ECW first came on WWE TV and there was just like suddenly like main roster people just randomly there. It's kind of what this episode was. And then up next we had Bill Oddie came out for a singles match. And he faced Adam Hart Davis off of Local Hero / Tax Doesn't Have to Be Taxing / What the Romans Did for Us. I think Bill Oddie won, which was a surprise. Yeah, Bill Oddie won, so that happened. Then we finally had the tag match. So it was the managers, Big Sam Allardyce making his debut, tagging with Steve Bruce. In a ladder match for the Minor Celebrity Wrestling Tag Team Championship. And they went with, they faced off against Louis Theroux and Wild Wayne, making their debuts.
Yes.
In what can only be described as an incredibly underwhelming tag match, because Wild Wayne did not listen to the script and won the belt in about 2 minutes. Match didn't go very long. But the right result, all the same. So they're your new tag champs. So what did we have after that? Then we had the mascots division match. Mr. Chips from Catchphrase came out, accompanied by Roy Walker, of course. Facing off against Bully, accompanied by Jim Boyne. And Bully won quite convincingly. It was quite a squash. And obviously, Bully has still got his main roster match, a clash at the Andrew Castle whenever that happens, up against Disco Viking. But he made short work of Mr. Chips. And I think we can all agree that Mr. Chips was the most terrifying fucking thing ever to put on stream. Disgusting.
Think of something from your worst ever nightmare. Times it by 10, and that's Mr. Chips.
Yeah.
The spooky skank.
I think Mr. Chips is worse, to be honest. But speaking of the spooky skank, his longtime enemy / tag team partner, Terry Peters, came out making a guest appearance on Minor Celebrity Wrestling, facing up against the new King of England, Charles the Fed. Charles the Fed won and restored some honor to Burn. Then there's Spinneroonie at the end of the match, which was great stuff.
Scrap the monarchy.
And then, this is why I had the match, but obviously, yeah. And then we had the.
I was just going to say, obviously, even being beaten by the king, and he still can't get his words in order.
This is it. So this is why we're going to have a rematch, but inside Hell in a Cell at some point. Dungeon match.
Terry Peters versus the Queen Mother.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Okay, no.
It's been 20 years. Anyway, and then we had. Well, it wasn't meant to be the main event, but we kind of ran out of time. So the main event was meant to be Brian Blessed versus Gordon Ramsay. That's now back on Clash at the Andrew Castle. But we had a battle royal at the Albert Hall, part 3, but it was not at the Albert Hall. And it was because the whole thing was in the small venue for the number 1 contendership. Few debuts, so I'm just going through it. Obviously, Wolf and Gladiators was on a debut, but referee John Anderson made his debut off of Gladiators. Them two stayed in it for a while, actually. John Anderson went sick at one point. Who else came in? There's just some blokes. Some people were new. Some people were. I'm trying to remember who was in there. There's John Pego. There's Noel Sharkey. They've all been in there before.
No.
The Hide the Pain Harold, the meme guy. He made his debut as well. You know, the old guy was just like he made his debut. Anyway, in the end, it was won by Terry Crews. So, yeah, Terry Crews.
Called it.
Yeah, I can't remember who he eliminated at the end. Some fat lad in the suit. What's his name? Who's this? Oh, it's Sam Allardyce. He came back. Who else was in it? Good stuff, this. I didn't write it down, really.
You should have wrote it down.
It was Steven Seagal was in there.
Yeah, best part was
Bradley Walsh. Yeah.
Best part was when Lou had to pause the match to go and get his Amazon package, and Bobby Roode just entertained us for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was mad. That because it was like 9:30, and I got his call his random mobile number, so obviously didn't answer it. Then I hung up. Then it rang me again. I was like, "Well, it's just a spam call." Hung it up again 5 times. So they ended answer. Like, what do you want? It was just this guy downstairs with my salsa. Arrived at like 9:30. They had to walk all the way downstairs because the barrier's not working. It's like it never does. Anyway, Terry Crews is the new number 1 contender, and he'll be going up against either Gordon Ramsay or Brian Blessed. What a night though! Minor Celebrity Wrestling. It's here to stay. Everyone had a great time.
Sounds lovely. And when's the next Man Celebrity Wrestling?
Not a clue. We'll just see when we can fit it in. I don't even know if I can do this stream this Wednesday. That one to plug you open for, really, was it?
Nope, no, it wasn't.
Check out Twitch.tv / Rest Around. Might happen Wednesday, might not.
Aaron, any news on your streams?
Oh, my work is all over the place at the minute.
Right. Well, if
It's gone a bit mental. So
if that's tantalised your little taste buds, twitch.tv/Rest Around.
It's guerrilla marketing, you see, because you never know when it's going to be a show. Just at any point, boom.
That's it.
So basically, drop us a follow, and you'll be the first to find out.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Thank you for joining me, gentlemen. What are we doing
Thank
Wednesday?
Doing Lexel.
We are doing the Nitro of 4th of August, 1997. Lex Luger versus Hulk Hollywood Hogan in the main event for the WCW World Title. Can he dethrone Hogan?
We told them about 3 times, but
Yeah,
we'll find out.
We've told you a few times, but come join us on Wednesday when we have a watch along of that. And if that tickles your taste buds, come back on Wednesday and listen to our thoughts and opinions on it. But thank you for joining me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you all on Wednesday for WCW in 1997.